Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and we're back again talking about Zachary Levi completely blasting Hollywood, saying the studios are just churning out garbage because they simply don't care. This is coming to us from Bounding into Comics. Actor Zachary Levi, who recently starred in the box office bomb Shazam! Fury of the Gods, shared his thoughts that Hollywood studios are constantly churning out, quote, garbage because they simply don't care. As reported by Entertainment Weekly, Levi made an appearance at Fan Expo Chicago on Saturday where he shared, quote, I personally feel like the amount of content that comes out of Hollywood, that is garbage. They don't care enough to actually make it great for you guys. They don't. He elaborated, quote, how many times do you watch a trailer and go, oh my god, this looks so cool? Then you go to the movie and it's like, this was what I get? They know that once you've already bought the ticket and you're in the seat, they've got your money. As for how to change this, Levi posited, quote, and the only way for us to change any of it is to not go to the garbage. He added, we have to actively not choose the garbage. It'll help. It'll help a lot, which is something that YouTube channels like Neurotic, Critical Drinker, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Cannell, etc., have said over the years constantly about giving your money to people that do not like you. They don't respect your fantasy, your fiction, the lore that you enjoy. They take all of that, they throw it in the trash, make their own stories, crap all over your favorite heroes and heroines all the time, and they just expect you to consume product and get excited for next product. Levi's assessment of the situation appears to be a surface-level analysis of the problem that has been plaguing Hollywood for years. Combat Frame, X-Seed, and Soul Psycho novelist Brian Niemeyer assessed back in 2016 that the primary reason Hollywood is churning out garbage is because, quote, Hollywood hates its own audience, which is, again, something that the channels I just mentioned, also aired July is another one, Young Ripper 59, have all been channels that have said the exact same thing, provided evidence to the contrary. Provided evidence to support the claims that this person is saying. The same exact thing that they're saying, that the person or people creating the projects do not like their audience. They like to work on projects or IPs that have a built-in fan base, and they want to wokeify or update it for modern audiences because it has that built-in fan base. So they want to work on something that's well known, and then they take what the fan base knows and they throw it all away and change it into something that it's not, and then expect you to like it, or they call you all these types of names that have no meaning anymore because it's been used so much. After noting that, quote, one of the key societal functions that storytelling serves is explaining a culture to itself, Niemeyer points out that American culture has fragmented into two distinct classes, the common underclass and the ruling elite. Niemeyer posits Hollywood is firmly in the latter camp. Given American culture has fragmented, Hollywood is no longer able to tell stories that explain the culture of the common underclass because they are no longer part of it, but rather they are the ruling elite. Thus, this ruling elite resorts to pushing propaganda through their films in an attempt to indoctrinate moviegoers to their worldview. Essentially, another thing that the many YouTube creators I just mentioned also have been saying for years, that the politics of movies are so one-sided for the most part. To illustrate these points, Niemeyer points to J.J. Abrams' Undercovers television show and how the director approached the casting of the show that he relayed to Jeff Garlin on the By the Way podcast back in 2013. Abrams stated, quote, we wrote these characters, but when we went to cast it, one of the things I had felt, having been to the Emmys a couple times, you look around that room and you see the whitest effing room in the history of time. It's unbelievably white. If race is all you see, that says something about you, buddy. And I just thought, we're casting the show and we have an opportunity to do anything we want. Why not cast a show with actors of color? Like, not for sure, and if we can't find the actors who are great, we shouldn't. But why don't we make that effort because it wasn't written that way? And isn't that the cooler version of doing this? No. As opposed to saying, this is an urban show, it effing kills me when they call something an urban movie like it's a separate thing, Like, it's that thing over there. Just sounds like drivel to me. There are obviously way more examples now. One need only look at how Rachel Zegler discusses the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs animated film as she promotes the upcoming live-action one, the absolute garbage version. She describes the prince as a stalker, reveals the live action is not about a love story, but is more focused on Snow White's, quote, inner journey that she goes on to find her true self. Then why remake it? If you're not gonna just do the animated version in live action, there's really no point. The film also appears to eschew? I don't know. The moral lesson vanity in favor of a lecture about what it means to be fair in terms of justice. Hollywood, especially the Walt Disney Company, also has a penchant of raising up female characters at the expense of male characters. The male characters like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator, John Connor, Nick Fury, and others are poorly depicted as deadbeats, losers, and failures. In the case of John Connor, they are deleted. In their place are female characters like Rey, Grace, Danny Ramos, Gia, and Sonya Falsworth, who are depicted as heroes, saviors, and successes. Yeah, tear down all the male versions of heroes, just replace them with female versions of those same heroes, and give them no arcs, give them no real storyline, give them no real hero's journey, and they're just perfect in every way. Most recently, they did this with Indiana Jones, showing him as someone who had given up even to the point that he did not want to return to his own timeline despite the risk to reality. In Disney fashion, they had Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character punch him in the face, knock him out, and drag him back to the original timeline. Indiana Jones had to be knocked out by a woman in order for reality to be saved. And if the films alone weren't obvious in how much Hollywood hates moviegoers, one need only look at the comments from many of the people who are making the films. Rian Johnson infamously described critics of his The Last Jedi as man babies. Yeah, because being a fan of anything nowadays makes you a man baby, apparently. Anything that destroys a character you've loved forever makes you a man baby. F you, Rian Johnson, piece of garbage. Where's that trilogy you thought you were getting? Oh yeah, nowhere to be found because everyone, including your peers, knows that your Star Wars movie was hot dog shit. James Gunn accused one fan of having presumptions for disliking race replacements such as the one in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with the High Evolutionary. You can read that there. Brie Larson infamously said she was uninterested in the opinions of 40-year-old white men. She said, quote, I don't need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me about what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him. And then the movie flopped. I want to know what the film meant to women of color, to biracial women, to teen women of color, to teens that are biracial. So biracial meaning they can be white. And for the third time, I don't hate white dudes. Yes, you do. She said, these are just facts. If you're uninterested in listening to their opinions, you clearly don't like them. These are not my feelings. Larson went on to advocate for inclusion writers in film contracts. But at the end of the day, yes, Zachary, you and Neer, whatever his name was, Niemeyer, have been essentially saying, like at least he was back in 2016, you're saying now, you and him are saying the exact same things that we've heard from the common folks, the underclass, the non-elites on YouTube for many years now. And now you're coming on saying it. Why? Why are you saying it now? Is it because your movie flopped? That's probably why. Your last movie did flop really badly, which is probably why you're saying that. However, I also do believe you are passionate about the roles you play, and you actually I genuinely believe that you love to give people good movies to watch. I do genuinely believe that you like to give people good things to watch. I think you are a lot more genuine than you give off. But the fact that people are always consistently trying to cancel you over things you say is quite crazy to me. Because you seem like a genuine dude. But what you're saying now, like I said, isn't anything new. I've been hearing it for years, and yeah, basically, stop watching garbage. They'll stop churning out garbage, hopefully. I don't think that'll happen anytime soon, but we'll just have to wait and see. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.